Once upon a time, there was a huge fire in the forest, and all of the animals came out and were watching their home burn. And they were all so overwhelmed and felt hopeless. All of them except for this little hummingbird, who said, "I'm going to do something about it." And so the little hummingbird flew to a little stream, grabbed a little drop of water, and flew back as fast as he can and dropped it on the fire. And back and forth he went, as fast as his little wings would carry him. And the bigger animals who were standing there watching, ones like the elephant who could pack more water and spray 100,000 drops of water, where this one hummingbird was dropping one at a time, began to murmur along with the others, saying, "Hummingbird, you're so little, your beak is too small, your wings are too short. You can't do anything to make a difference on this fire." And the hummingbird never listened. And he kept going back and forth, back and forth. And as the murmuring kept going, finally the hummingbird stopped and said, "I'm doing the best that I can. I'm doing the best that I can." You know, our life has challenges. And hopefully none of you ever had a home burn. But I'm seeing an industry burn that I helped a long time ago. In 2002, I had Park City Mountain Resort, a ski resort in Park City, Utah, asked me to develop a passive braking zipline trolley that was capable of 60 miles per hour and would stop people safely. I did that, and since then I've been issued 5 new patents related to the technology of basically rubbing a piece of plastic on a cable as the rider goes down, creating a drag force for that slope. Now recently I went back to ASTM and convinced them that some of the braking elements that are going on in the industry today are failing, especially those who are using patrons to do the braking for them. Patrons should never have to do zipline braking, and you should have an emergency brake on any zipline that has a speed of 6 miles per hour or greater. In fact, the industry is now saying that you're going to have an even greater type of emergency brake required for 15 miles per hour. And that's what I'm seeing in the industry. I'm a subject matter expert, and I've been watching this amusement ride and attraction industry suffer from accidents. And maybe it's because I'm doing a fair amount of plaintiff work. But that's not just me, because I can't do the 10,000 accidents that are predicted for 2022 by an insurance company saying zipline. Now recently I went to the IAPA conference in Orlando, the big amusement ride attraction and park association. I mean, big players are there. I mean, we're talking 2 million square feet of floor space, lots of exhibits and amusements. And I went to a round table on Wednesday that included 20 or so defense lawyers. Now, I work for a few defense lawyers, but these defense lawyers were speaking to me in terms that I wasn't quite aware of. They told me that these plaintiff attorneys are going out and getting third-party backers to finance them in these cases because they're so lucrative, and I believe that. Of my 70-plus cases that I've investigated, only 2 were bumped out by summary judgment. But what I'm seeing now is bigger cases coming to my table. In fact, in 2015, I've already signed up 15 new clients. You know, when I first started getting involved in the zipline industry, I realized as an expert who's testifying on braking accidents, I already solved this problem. Passive braking trolleys are the key, and we have them. This is our newest zipline trolley. This is a solution to the problem. It's a zipline trolley that has 1 wheel only and 2 brakes. Most zipline trolleys have 2 wheels and no brakes. If you've ever been ziplining, you hope somebody knows how to stop you if for some reason you can't apply the brake. And the key factor is in the standards, it doesn't require patrons to do their own braking. In fact, at the ASTM conference, we said something like, we don't build roller coasters as engineers and tell our patrons on the 4th turn to duck to miss the chainsaw. Because that's the entropy of zip lines and other attraction rides, is people are different. They're not going to follow every instruction that you give them. They might not even be listening. You might be telling them something that your secret is safe with them. They may not even hear a word you teach them in that training session, and it's their first time at this zipline establishment. And now you're expecting them to do their own braking? What have you got, a ribbon tied around a tree? Here, grab a little bit tighter. Well, how do you know how tight they can grab? Or pull down a little harder? Or how do you know that they're not pulling down in the wrong position? As you look at some of these videos in the background that I show you, my clients have been injured seriously. I've even had clients that died. That changes your whole world. So I'm making a difference.